Hello, and welcome to episode 11 of Dish Gods. I'm here with my cohort, Max.
Hello.
And as always, I am Little Bear. We're kind of turning the tables here. I'm introducing the show today.
Why is that?
Well, you've been a little under the weather, so I figured,
to say the least.
I'd take the wheel here and guide us through today.
Well, I appreciate you doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty ironic, too. We kind of discussed being sick last week. We were both sick.
I'm feeling fantastic.
Recovered, and I've only gotten worse.
I'm like rubber man, bounce back. Rubber band.
I've got a pretty gnarly case of bronchitis.
Eek.
Loving it. Which makes it really great to do things on an audio format. So you guys are going to have to rely pretty heavily on Little Bear here today. Hope everybody's okay with that. Yeah. So what do we got on the docket today, Little Bear?
We got quite a bit of stuff to talk about today. I'm just going to go over some quick bullet points, and then we'll dive in. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have Kanye West going blonde.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's P-Gate.
Mm-hmm.
will.i.am's song from 5-6 years ago about the Sandy Hook shooting.
Going way back.
Oh, Jesus. What else do we have?
We were going to talk a bit about punk music.
Oh, yeah.
We were going to kind of
music.
share our thoughts on that.
The death of punk.
And then after the break, stay tuned because
everybody.
Getting down and dirty on a band we all know and love. What band is it? You'll have to find out. Before we do everything else, though, I do want to kind of give a shout out. Since I am sick and I had to go and get my medication, I had to go to Safeway to pick it up. And how come nobody told me that Safeway just had like the chillest hookup ever?
How so? What do you mean?
Okay, so I go in there. It was probably like 11:30, 12:30 during the day.
Okay.
Barely any people, which is rare. I usually think that and it's a weekday. It was like Tuesday, and usually you go into any store and it's just crazy.
Nah, dude. That's you got it all mixed up, man. Weekdays?
Yeah.
11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, prime time, dude, to go in the store.
That's what I'm saying, but Safeway was it was dead.
Yeah,
it was chill.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been to Target, I've been to Walmart, I've been to Winco. All these places are always crowded.
Yeah, it's the prime time if you want to be alone because everyone else is at work.
Yeah, so Safeway, it was just super chill, and the people that were there, the workers, the customers, everybody was just pushing out this real chill vibe, which I was really appreciating, and everything I won't get into prices because those are always up for debate, but here's one thing that I just I had to bring up. Pretty much every aisle or every other aisle, they just had ping pong balls.
It's party central,
just
dude.
Chilling. And I get it when they're in the alcohol aisle, hanging on the end. They had it next to the crackers and next to laundry detergent. And I was just
those are what they call impulse buys.
Exactly, but it's just
usually they reserve those to be right next to the cash register.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that last minute thing,
but it wasn't here's the other thing too is yeah, they had other stuff, but they had stuff that was related. If you were in the coffee section, they had those perma coffee filters that you just wash.
Right.
Next to the coffee
use one at home.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
But they just had ping pong balls all over the store. You could draw maybe it's some kind of secret coded message, and if you connect all the ping pong balls together...
we have talked about the Illuminati before.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just wanted to give a shout-out to Safeway real quick before we get into the nitty-gritty, and just yo, dog, you do you, ping pong balls and all, love it.
Thanks for being so chill.
Yeah, thanks for being chill in my moment of need. I guess the first thing I kind of really want to get into is punk rock music.
The death of punk rock.
The death and or rebirth. I mean, we'll kind of get into it.
Let's use resurrection.
Because, Obama just gave his farewell speech.
Yeah.
Which people are calling moving and touching and whatever. Donald Trump is getting sworn into office.
They're only saying that because he's a black guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was any other president...
If it was Bush.
Yeah. I mean, granted, never mind the fact that Obama was at war the same amount of time, if not more.
No, he was. I think I read something that he's the only president
single day.
He's the only president who's ever been at war his entire presidency.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's that.
Achievement unlocked. Warmonger.
God. Yeah, and Donald Trump's getting sworn into office any day now. People are saying left and right. You and I have a lot of friends in the punk community. We've been hearing all over the place since Donald Trump won that punk music is going to become great again. That punk music is going to just make a huge fiery comeback, and it's going to be the shit for the next 4 to 8 years. Let's discuss. What do you think?
I hope it doesn't. I really don't. I mean,
you're not a fan of punk music?
Not a big fan, to be honest. I mean, you know, our good close friend Ricky, he's in a punk band.
Tenpole Drunk, we had him on the show.
Tenpole Drunk.
2 episodes. Cheers.
You know, I do like it and I don't like it. There are some bands that do it really well, and there are just some other bands that out there that it's just like you're just thrashing your guitar and you're screaming into a microphone.
It's like any style of music, though. You can say that about anything.
It's like, dude, you're not. That's not music.
Yeah, punk music takes finesse.
If you call bashing drums like your Animal from the fucking Muppets,
man, you know what? One of my all-time favorite bands. They also happen to be a punk band. Yes, the Muppets, but Refused. I don't know if you know who Refused are.
I do.
Okay. One of my all-time favorite bands. They do punk right. They're very politically minded. They're very socially charged. They play punk music, but they play it with intelligence. And, you know, but the thing is, too, is like they've evolved beyond just that simple punk moniker. Now you can, I hate genrefying bands and music, but you can, slap a little bit more different labels on them if you needed to.
I feel like most, as a band for any group or genre, you should be doing that. You should be progressing your sound always. You shouldn't
always evolving.
I feel that's the problem with punk in general is everyone's like, oh, I'm going to go to a punk show. I'm like, great. I'm going to hear someone screaming into a microphone for 3 hours and thrashing guitars and drums. And it's like, been there, heard that. Yeah. What's new?
Well, and my thing, too, is punk music, when it started out, it wasn't even political. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at bands like Misfits, these are bands that kind of, even the Ramones, they didn't just, like, come out the gate and were, like, ranting about the government. They were just writing punk songs, And then, like, the Dead Kennedys came around, like, mid-70s, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that, punk music kind of started to take a tide into the more political there. But punk music, when it started out, wasn't a political thing. And everybody's acting like it started out as this form of protest. And it's like, no, it just kind of started the same way like rock and roll did in the 50s.
Yeah.
The same way
all punk
blues
was
did.
Is they wanted the people that were tired of the traditional rock and roll that wanted something a little more heavy, they wanted their own genre of that. So they broke off and they did their own thing.
Just like with any other style.
That wanted like heavy metal, thrash metal. They got tired of listening to just plain rock and roll, like listening to the Rolling Stones or the Doors. They got tired of that. So they amped it up. They turned it up to fucking 11 and they went crazy with it, Yeah. It's the same thing with punk. You can't say like, oh, they were so, like you said, oh, it's so political. It's like, no, dude. No, it's not.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like the thing that kind of bothers me too is like people are acting like punk music is like the only form of musical protest. But let's look at like hip hop. There's been some pretty amazing shit that's been said in hip hop.
Dude.
I mean,
I'm gonna name drop right now. Immortal Technique.
I was gonna say Kendrick Lamar.
Well,
Pimp a Butterfly.
We got two greats right here.
Yeah, right there. Like like that.
And they're both hip hop legends.
I mean, let's not go.
Immortal Technique. Are you serious?
Okay, no, Immortal Technique, but Kendrick's climbing up. Kendrick's climbing up the throne.
Okay.
He's still young.
He's very true. Very true.
But I mean, I feel like people are looking at the most base way to protest in the most like obvious form of music, and it's like Green Day. They just dropped some album called
you can't even keep a straight face about
Green
that.
Day just dropped this album called Revolution Radio.
Oh my god, yeah, they're actually on tour right now.
And if you have heard it, I mean, I don't hate to throw shade. Who am I fucking kidding? I love to do it. This is what the show's about. But like, this is the most like pop, like let's go for Billboard. Like, dude, like they could have had fucking Justin Bieber singing on this thing and it would have sounded normal. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
The thing is, it would still sell records.
Yeah, well, like, look, Green Day, they had their time in the sun. I'm a big fan of some of their older stuff. I don't know about
Dookie,
you.
always.
Everything, pretty much everything before American Idiot, but that's just me. I don't try to be a hater. That's just my personal taste. I'm not
Okay.
saying that it's better or worse. That's just my
First
preference.
album?
Yeah.
Their first album
Pretty much everything.
is
Isn't that Dookie?
it's Dookie, and then after that,
I don't know.
but those two albums.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they had
Yeah.
good like
Good
90s
stuff.
punk sound.
Yeah, and that
Pop punk.
like yeah,
They-
that
yeah.
like pop punk sound right there, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
had a cool thing, and like that sound is cool because you can be like rebellious and you can say revolt and riot and things like that, but not have too much stake. It's
Yeah.
just rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's not I'm trying to repeal the 10th bill and all this kinds of shit. You can just be like, fuck you, don't like Rage Against the Machine. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That's a sentiment that like cool, fun, rebellious pop punk music should carry.
And speaking about bands that, are protesting or whatever, if you want to talk about that, everyone take a fucking note. Get your pens and papers out. Rage Against the Machine did it right.
Yep.
They
They didn't give any fucks.
no, they gave no fucks, and they did it right when it came to actually writing
Burning flags.
protest songs, anything like that. Their lyrics, the fucking everything about their band, they did it right.
Yeah. No, they did.
So
They got
if you want to
deep and they
write
got into the
protest
issues.
songs or protest music, take notes.
Yeah. Rage Against the Machine, definitely. And I mean, you know what? I mean, Zach De La Rocha has been kind of out of the game for a bit. I hear he's coming back with a new record. But Tom Morello, guitar player for Rage Against the Machine, he's kind of like the brainchild of that. And he even started some protest music label. So, I mean, and some of those bands aren't punk bands. I think Tom Morello plays fucking folk music on that album.
Dude, he's all over the board.
So it's
and
like-
and that's what I'm talking about.
And like, okay, you know who else?
He did.
Flowbots. I want to drop them right now.
All right.
Flowbots. They're coming out with a new record. Flowbots are near and dear to my heart, and we're just plugging everybody today,
Yeah,
and we're not
dude.
getting a
This
dime
is
for
the
this shit.
plug cast right now.
They are coming out with a new album. I think it's called No Enemies, and they're trying to write songs for the next revolution. And these aren't like fucking punk songs. These are closer to Negro spirituals. And they take poems written by political poets and they turn them into songs that you can sing during marches in a form of peaceful protest. They're not just like, let's get on stage and freak out and flail and scream.
Those are called anthems.
Anthems, poems,
No,
protest songs.
A poem to a song is an anthem. As like the Star Spangled Banner is technically an anthem because
Hey,
it's a poem.
Not my anthem, not my president. Know what I mean? Hashtag dope. So I mean, that's just the thing is everybody saying punk music is going to become great again, and it's like maybe it will, maybe it won't. I find the genre to be a little bit
I find it grating.
stale, maybe at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like I think everything.
It's like that box of cereal that's been in your cabinet, when you accidentally left the bag open for a couple days and you're like, oh man, I don't want to eat that. But, so you kind of push it to the side, you eat everything else. And then finally, when it comes to the time that you forgot to go grocery shopping and you're like, oh, fuck, I got to eat that this morning.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like, I've listened to everything else and you're like, oh, God damn it. I guess I better listen to this album.
Well,
now.
I mean, I think that there are still exciting things to be done, but I also feel on the other hand, everything that punk music has tried to say, it's said.
Yeah.
And I feel like
It's
There's
just, I feel
just-
like they're in a rut right now.
But
they're in
again,
a rut and they're spinning their
I
own
want to
tires.
bring a band like Refused back into the light. And although I am a huge fanboy, I feel like they do punk music right. They do it intelligently. I mean, if you listen to Dawkins Christ off their last record, that song is an intelligent punk song that takes an issue about organized religion and it spins it into something that is intelligently talked about. They don't just go, fuck you, Trump, like Green Day does for the fucking headlines. I don't know if you heard about them changing lyrics to one of their songs to be like, fucking bomb the Trump Towers or whatever. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever, while you're fucking raking in billions of dollars. And
Yeah.
you don't give, like, whatever.
And you don't give any of that back to anybody, by the way.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess, we'll see what happens in the next couple of years, but I hope that, like, it'd be cool if, like, What if like EDM became the protest music?
I hope not.
How funky would
really
that
hope
be?
not.
Or if like Skrillex became like the guy who is like leading the musical rebellion?
You talking like being like the next Beatles or something? Like Skrillex is the next Beatles?
I wouldn't go that far out, but what if Skrillex became like the modern day Rage Against the Machine?
Oh man, that would be awful.
He was the guy who was spouting all the truth about the government, and he's the guy that everybody's like, that's the beacon.
He would actually have to talk or sing it in his songs.
He just
first.
drops those samples, man. That's all you got to do.
Oh my god.
What if Skrillex and Zach De La Rocha teamed up to make a protest album?
I don't think he would ever do that. He wouldn't debase himself and join him.
I don't know.
In that.
Speaking of people doing embarrassing things, did you see that David Blaine thing that happened earlier?
Shooting himself in the face. Yeah, actually, I have.
That was exciting. Are you a Magic fan?
Some of it can be entertaining.
A fan of illusions.
Some of it can be entertaining, but for the most part, no. Unless it's something like off the wall, or if you happen to be like on the street, you're walking by and like someone's like, "Hey, dude, I got a card trick I want to show you." I'm like, "All right, I'll stop," and because it's like it's free entertainment. Someone's gonna be like, "Hey, pick a card." I'm like, "All right, I'll do that. I'll play along. That's fun. That's just good, wholesome fun."
Yeah, but David Blaine took it a step too far. Like, magicians are getting a little crazy. Like, do you remember Chris Angel and his old mind freak thing? Like, okay, that was like fun, whatever. You're levitating, or like, oh, you're in the fucking dunk tank. How are you gonna unbuckle your thing? Like,
yeah,
it's called suspension of disbelief, because you're like, yeah, you're gonna get out of there. You're gonna do it in some way I'm not gonna see. Whoop-de fucking do. But like David Blaine, we'll just kind of explain the trick in case anybody like didn't care enough to look at it. He basically lines himself up with a hunting rifle. I mean, I'm no gun guy. You know a little bit more about
small
guns than I
caliber
do.
rifle.
Yeah, and he shoots a bottle of champagne. Champagne bottle explodes to prove that the rifle works and it's a real bullet and everything.
Yep.
Or charge, I guess I should say.
No, it's a round.
It's a bullet. It's a round. And then he lines himself up with some sort of orifice in his mouth.
Yeah, essentially it's like two mouth guards.
Two mouth guards and like a piece
rubber piece in the middle.
Like rubber or plastic or metal. Oh, no, it's metal. I think I read that. That's metal. And he puts this thing in his mouth. He lines his mouth up with the rifle, and then he pulls a string to fire the gun, right? What could go wrong? Even though if you move like 2 inches left or right, your fucking head gets shot off. So, yeah, the other day he tried this trick out and during one of his performances in front of a crowd, and the mouth guard kind of exploded in his mouth because it wasn't secured tight enough. Ended up with lacerations.
He just wasn't biting down hard enough.
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. He's a magician, not some kind of
illusionist.
He's an illusionist, not some kind of mouth performance artist. Yeah, and basically ended up with lacerations all over his throat. Although he was like giving thumbs up and he was still talking like seconds afterwards.
Yelling at the crowd and yelling at the EMT.
Yeah, so I can't imagine like having lacerations on your throat is that terrible when you can still speak and give thumbs up and shit. He was talking about how he thought that he was dead, how he thought that like it was over and like all kinds of shit. And I saw the video and I was just like, I don't know, dude. Looks like he just kind of got a little hurt.
It's like, whoa, really? I didn't realize that something traveling at 2,000 feet per second hitting you in the mouth wouldn't cause you to be a little disoriented. Like, oh, shocking.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Well, I mean, I think this is just a symptom of a bigger problem. I think that like magicians now, these big names like David Blaine and Chris Angel, can you name one other professional magician? Point made. There are these magicians now.
What's his face? The guy that made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
God?
Nah, fuck it.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Exactly. We can only name 2 magicians right now, and we're pretty big magic aficionados here at Dish Gods. These guys are like holding so hard onto what little bit of fame and attention they have left that they're like, what am I going to do? I'm going to shoot myself in the fucking face and I'm going to catch the bullet.
Well, the bullet catch is an old trick. That's been around for ages.
But they're ramping it up. And it's like, guys, what do you need? Do you need to hug David Blaine? What needs to happen so that way...
They didn't love you enough?
Like what is it? I understand that like your fame is fading, your career's sort of in the toilet, and it's like Vegas eventually is gonna stop hiring you.
Yeah.
You're gonna eventually not have butts in the seats anymore because look at the Vegas Strip. Look at some of the acts they've got now. Like there's a lot cooler shit. They have the guy who made the original McDonald's burger on the Vegas Strip. Like, sign me up for that.
Cirque du Soleil or
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque
Dick
de L.A.
Cirque Dick L.A. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Cirque Dick L.A. They've been dominating Las Vegas for decades now.
Yeah. They're badass.
Yeah, they put on a phenomenal performance. Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque
by the way.
du Soleil.
Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil.
I don't speak French. So
It's not French. Espanol.
that is not Spanish.
I would know. I lived in Arizona. I'm basically Mexican.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Yeah, thank you. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just think it's like we got to get these magicians doing something else, because if we don't, David Blaine's going to be like, all right, guys, for my next trick, I've got this flamethrower and this monocle, and I'm going to fucking block all of the flames with this monocle attached to my goddamn asshole. So watch this. And then he's going to like light his fucking taint on fire, and it's gonna be like a horrible David Blaine butt fire trick goes awry, and it's like, well, what the fuck did you expect?
It's
and like,
shocking.
and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay money to see him light his goddamn fucking taint on fire, but it's like, how far are we willing to go to watch these guys like torture themselves?
Well,
and I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing. How far are they willing to debase themselves?
yeah, until I can get Chris Angel to shit and or piss on David Blaine, I will not pay money to see that.
Speaking of piss.
Oh shit, what's going on?
Oh man. The country is in an uproar right now.
Not just the country, the world.
The world, yeah. They're talking about piss. Yeah. Everyone is pissed about piss.
Everyone's being pissy.
Yeah. Literally.
They are
so apparently
what's your urine take? I can't land it. Continue.
Oh man.
You're in for a hot take. You're in
go.
for a frothy take on piss.
There it is.
Stuck the landing.
A little late, but you got it.
No, I nailed the joke.
All right.
That joke was flawless.
Anyway,
I
Kanye
can edit
West,
it to make it sound like I did.
Kanye West has blonde hair now.
Yeah, Kanye. Well, you didn't do the Kanye Watch music.
Oh fuck. Well, we'll skip that. Put it in post. Put it in post.
Kanye Watch.
Kanye Watch.
So Kanye Watch has as a symptom of his mental teardown that he's going through, he dyed his hair blonde. He looks so much like who's the guy that did Blade?
Wesley Snipes.
Looks like Wesley Snipes in that one movie that he did with
Blade.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't think it was blonde in Blade.
He was not blonde in Blade.
It was a movie he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Something Man.
Eraser?
Something Man.
Running Man?
I don't know. This isn't our Wesley Snipes fan cast, all right?
Okay.
We're talking about Kanye here. So anyway, Kanye West looks like Wesley Snipes now, and Donald Trump.
Oh, you're thinking of Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
With,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, it's
Sylvester
not Arnold
Stallone.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all
go.
the same fucking white dude. It's all the same.
That's hella racist.
Dude, if I can't be racist on this podcast, where can I be racist?
Good point.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Kanye West looks like Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man, and Donald Trump likes pee. How are these two connected? Well, we have a theory. Let's get into it. So, do you want to explain the story first about all the pee and everything?
Well, do you want to start with Kanye?
I mean, there's not really a lot to tell. It's kind of just like he did something that's our
he's
watch.
Batshit insane. So basically, since they're really close friends.
Yeah, I mean, they met to talk about the issues.
Kanye West wants to make a new album, but we all know he's broke as shit and seriously in debt. Mm-hmm. So he approached his good friend.
You know what? We're pretty famous on this show for doing Kanye West and Donald Trump impressions. I think we've done them for about 2 episodes running now. Should we keep that going?
Are you talking about me right now? Am I Donald Trump?
Yeah. I'm Kanye.
I hear you want to make a new album.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a new album, but I ain't got the fungibles.
How do you say that again? Can you say
Oh, my new album?
album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to put a heavy accent on because I take my art real serious.
How much money from the American taxpayers do you need to make this album?
Well,
'Cause I will make them pay for it.
judging by my good friends over in Smash Mouth and how much they're charging on their Kickstarter, I'd say I need about $30,000 to make my new album.
Well, if you want that album made, I gotta pee on you.
Say again?
I gotta piss on you.
Why?
Don't ask why. You want money? I gotta pee on you.
Where exactly would you like your urine to land upon my body?
Right on that luscious lamb's fur of a head you call hair.
You don't think that may or may not turn my hair into a different color, which may or may not be noticeable by the American media?
That's what gets me off. Are you gonna do it or not?
You can guarantee that 30 G's?
Yeah. If not, you're fired.
If it's for my album, you got it.
All right.
Boom. That's how it happened.
That's exactly how it went down.
Kanye is blonde because of Trump's piss.
He peed on him for 30 grand.
For 30 grand. And we still have no album, so Kanye, maybe it was kind of a bum deal.
Yeah, sorry, dude. You got the raw deal there.
The raw
I
frothy
got
end.
no pee jokes for
All
that.
the best P jokes have been said. I mean, I
Yeah.
did say that really dope one like 5 minutes ago, but other than that, every good one's been said.
I guess he really took the piss out of that one. Oh, there it is. Too late.
Man, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. I mean,
I just can't believe how much of an uproar the world is in over pee.
When's the last time we had a
R. Kelly, dude?
When's the last time we
If I
had
don't want to get pissed on, you just move out the way. What's the
when's
big
the
deal?
last time we had a presidential sex scandal? Because Obama was pretty good. I don't think anything happened with Bush. I think it was Clinton was the
It'd be
last
Clinton.
person.
Yeah.
This is the last time
Which,
we've had.
I mean, isn't really much of a scandal. He lied about getting his dick sucked.
Which, like, hey, dog,
Everyone's like,
good
oh,
up.
it's such a horrible thing. He lied. It's like,
Yeah, like, get those blowies, man. Yo.
what's the deal? You
Yeah.
got a blowjob. Like, what's the big fucking deal?
It was all
dude?
an accident anyway. He tripped.
He got impeached for that. He got kicked out of office
Hey,
for getting his dick
the
sucked.
world was a simpler time now.
You know.
And, okay, well,
If that's a simple time, God, I don't even want to know where we're at right now.
well, I don't know, like, I think it, do you think that it reflects a lot on Trump that he likes pee?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, it's funny.
It's funny, yes, it is. But at the same time, for as much shit as a lot of these people are giving him about whether or not he's been,
Oh yeah, we should say that so we're legally covered. Donald Trump allegedly peed on Kanye West's head for $30,000.
yeah, it's not. We haven't confirmed or denied any facts.
It's just alleged.
It's all allegedly.
Yeah,
But can I just say
allegedly.
alleged? No, this is not alleged. This is, I'm just speaking now. For as much shit as a lot of people give, you know, Donald Trump, or not even Trump, but just over this whole thing about,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna call it P-gate.
Okay.
So over P-gate, you know, I understand you're bashing Donald Trump. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, try to tear him down any angle you
Okay,
get.
he's a piece of shit. We get it. Yeah, he's horrible.
P.
But at the
shit.
same time, there are people that genuinely get off at Europhilia.
Oh, is that the name for it?
And these are the same people that are bashing Trump over this that will turn around and say, don't judge me for my sexual preference and or orientation.
That's really
Yet
true.
I will turn around and bash you for what you enjoy.
Just
or what
'cause
you
you're a douchebag.
allegedly enjoy.
Yeah.
Just because I deem you to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But if you're not, or if you're my close friend and you enjoy to be peed on, And if someone made fun of that, I'm going to back them 100%.
Yeah,
And it's like, no, dude, you don't get to pick and choose like that. Just as you always tell everyone else, you don't get to pick and choose who you want to make fun of or like whatever.
Preach.
You know, it's like you don't get to do that.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
get
like-
to turn around and make a martyr or, you know, anything like that.
Yeah, Little Bear, if you wanted to come on the show right now and say that you like to get peed on by like Taiwanese boys or whatever it is that you're
that's
into.
you. We covered that in episode 4, your little fucking Thailand trip.
If you
For
want
everyone that's just joining our show now, please go back to episode 4, I believe it is, and Max takes a trip to Thailand to deal with ladyboys.
you just had that in your pocket, didn't you? Hey, I'm trying to be supportive of
Okay,
you
well,
and say like if you want to come on the show right now and you want to say like, look, I'm Little Bear, I like to get peed on.
And or pee on people.
My name is Little Bear. I enjoy piss in and or around my mouth. Like I will totally back you up if just like repeat after me. Like I'm Little Bear.
I am Little Bear.
I like pee
I like pee.
in or around my mouth.
In or around Max's mouth.
Close enough. That's my new ringtone. Yeah, that's like a really good point. I didn't know where you're going with that, but you fucking turned that around. You made like a solid point. I hate it when we do this on our show. When we turn it into like a positive thing.
Sorry
Hey,
that
new year,
sorry
new me.
I have this hidden intelligence that you didn't realize. I know I come off as like this
An alcoholic man bear.
jovial alcoholic man bear that just, you know, doesn't have a care in the world. But yeah, there's a soul underneath.
There's some deep shit going
yeah,
on in
there's
that
some
head.
deep shit going on under the facade.
Yeah, you make a really good point. I think, like, okay, he's our president, and you know whatever, and it's, you know, people hate him. Cool. I think there's a lot more constructive things we can like rag on him about. Like, hey, who still hasn't seen his tax returns?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great point.
He likes pee. Let's just fucking talk about that. Like I don't know. I don't want to rail on Trump right now because everybody's saying everything about him. But yeah, you're right. So let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna come back hard and heavy with some real shit.
Got some heavy shit.
Thanks for sticking around.
You know, that sounds like a hate crime, but I'm not a jury. Anyway, let's get back to our show here, and we're gonna skip our ad spot because
Yeah.
we have no advertisers because no one cares about us.
Usually we try to get some, but I think we've got a more pressing thing to talk about.
This
So
is
no
huge.
break,
This is
no
huge.
pause. This is something we need to like kind of discuss. Do you want to open it up?
I do. So we tried to be friendly with these people. We tried to, you know, a little playful nudge or, you know, tap them with our saber, so to speak. You know, hey, a little hoist them on our petard. But they've yet to reply.
We gave them a musical tribute.
Yeah, we tried to, you know, say, hey,
Engage.
guys, we're here. We tried to engage with them, and they've ignored us. But yet someone mentions cunnilingus.
Oh man, yeah. Somebody hit Smash Mouth up on Twitter. They were like, "Hey guys, I just performed cunnilingus to All Star,"
On my girlfriend.
and then they were like, "Oh, you did?" They're like, "Yep," and they go, "Good job." Whose dick do I gotta suck,
Right?
to get an at reply from Smash Mouth?
So, Smash Mouth, this is now our, instead of being a Smash Mouth fan cast, this is the Smash Mouth bash cast.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck you
And
fuck you, Steve
What
Harwell.
I kind of want to explore, really, is their pledge music.
Let's hear it.
As we all know, they're re-recording their debut album, Fushumang.
Fushumang.
Fushumang. And to do this, apparently these, I don't know what you want to call them, 10,000-aires, 100 grand-aires, whatever, however much money they have. I don't know what their net worth is.
Thousandaires.
Yeah, they've gone onto Pledge Music to raise money.
Is that .com or .org?
PledgeMusic.com.
Okay.
To raise money for their recording of this album because, you know, they're a little too busy to have the equipment
I
themselves.
imagine so. They're
So, for all those listening at home, this could be a fun thing. Hop on, go on to pledgemusic.com, find the Smash Mouth page, and follow along because we're going to be going through
having
maybe
awesome
not
laugh.
each single one, but we're going to be going through a lot because there's a lot of good shit. First things first, the ultimate merchandise bundle for $120 gets you the ultimate Smash Mouth merchandise package.
This is the experience.
You get a box of custom fortune cookies, a felt pennant, a logo baseball hat, a brand new poster design, and a t-shirt. So here's the thing. Fuck everything else. What the fuck are custom fortune cookies, and what do they have to do with Smash Mouth? What does Smash Mouth fortune cookie look like?
So basically, they have the guy on the typewriter typing out like Smash Mouth lyrics.
Wait, he's on a typewriter?
Yeah, old
Okay.
school, dude.
Okay.
I mean, you're paying $120, so you would expect someone to hand type
Some
things for
quality.
you, right? It's quality. But he types Smash Mouth lyrics.
That's all it is?
All it is. And they're not good fortune cookies.
Yeah.
They're the rejects from the company. And then they take out the old fortune, like prosperity and wealth will come to you, and they replace it with,
Hey, now you're an all-star.
or, the world's going to roll you.
Yeah.
And they'll put it in there. And then, of course, there's still the lotto numbers at the bottom and on the back.
Yeah, and your lucky Chinese word of the day.
Right.
Right on.
So for,
totally
for
worth it.
that, you pay $120.
And you get a shitty little felt.
Or you could go down to Chinatown
Yeah.
and pay $5 and get 20 pounds of reject fortune cookies.
Yeah, that's kind of inspiring shit. For $100, you can get a disposable camera with 7 photos taken by the band while in the studio or on tour.
I will only do that if Steve Harwell puts a dick shot in there.
You know there's going to be dick pics.
I better hope so. For $100, I better hope so.
For $150, you get a personalized birthday video message recorded especially for you.
Wow.
That's sweet. $150. Smash Mouth doesn't get out of bed for less than $100.
Oh, it's only going to get better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for
And,
$25.
and mind you, there are 24 unexposed pictures, and they're only doing 7. You are paying $100 for a $14 camera, and they're only giving you a third, less than a third of the pictures available on that camera.
Nice math right there, by the way.
Thanks.
For $25, that previous felt pennant we mentioned that you get with the merch bundle, you can get just the felt pennant for $25.
Wow. Dude, they are.
Oh, if you just want the custom fortune cookies, like if you, here's the other thing. It doesn't say, receive a Chinese takeout container full of fortune cookies containing an assortment of messages in the form of song lyrics from your favorite song.
Called it.
Yep.
Called it.
So they're just in a box.
Wow. Like I said, go to Chinatown, pay $5, and you can get all that and more.
Well, here's a question. Do you think that there's a recipe for these fortune cookies?
Yeah.
Because if there is, you might find it in the Recipes from the Road Smash Mouth cookbook.
Whoa.
Sign, which can be yours for $30.
Is the book named Fishime?
No, it's Recipes from the Road.
Oh.
So here's something. What if we do this?
Subtitled Fishime.
Let's do this. We're going to start like a Patreon or a GoFundMe. If we can raise $30, we will buy this cookbook and we will cook and eat live on the show. Maybe we'll even tape it. Every item from the Smash Mouth cookbook.
Let's do it. Set it up.
Let's do it. We'll set it up, maybe. If you keep going down the list with me, you can get your name in the CD notes for $60.
Wow. So you can get your name printed in like 4-point font on the back of an album cover that no one's going to look at.
Well, hey, that beats paying $200 for a signed microphone used by the band. How about that? What are the chances that it's actually I just bought a new microphone the other day. I think I spent $150 on it.
Wow.
Like, what are the chances that this microphone they're giving, these multiple microphones they're giving away, are actually $200?
Yeah.
These are like Radio Shack.
Yeah, they went to Radio Shack and they bought these in bulk, and then Steve Harvey sat there for a couple hours just signing these
Jammed
microphones.
it on his ass.
Yeah, rubbing it on his balls, being like, yeah, put your mouth on that.
Well, here's something interesting.
Because you might as well, because you're giving me $200 for this thing.
For the same price, you could have Smash Mouth, the band, take over your Instagram.
And what? More dick pics?
They're just going to post photos of time in the studio, on tour, and much more, is what it says.
I would like to see their quote time in the studio, because I've yet to see albums coming out. They seem to spend a lot of time in there without doing anything.
They did do that really great cover of Under Pressure.
Can we hear that, by the way?
Yeah,
can we put this in post?
I'll try to. I'll splice in a clip. If you don't hear a clip right now, it means we couldn't make it happen. And otherwise, I'll replace it with a sound clip of Little Bear farting.
Dun 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 dun. Pressure pushing down on me. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it'll sound. Yeah, we'll either keep that in or we'll put it in the actual clip. But for 500 bones, you could join Smash Mouth in the studio.
And do what?
Grab lunch with the guys.
So just like watch them dick around all day and then eat lunch with them?
Buy them lunch.
I buy them lunch.
Because they don't have enough money to pay for their own studio time, but they have enough money to take at least 17 people out to lunch.
Wow. On my bill, though.
Well, I mean,
Am I buying them lunch?
I'm assuming that all of the studio budget went to buying fans lunch.
Okay, that makes sense.
And like, so now they're like, oh, hey guys, we have like a $3,000 lunch budget, but we have no money to record. So we need you guys to pitch in. For $1,000,
they need to find a new
manager.
Yeah.
For $1,000
or accountant,
you can sing gang vocals on their new album. You can be recorded.
I thought you were gonna say gangbang for a second.
Yeah, you can be in the Smash Mouth gangbang. You can get filled up by Smash Mouth. They can rock your mouth, which, by the way, is apparently the official thing that they call wearing their merchandise.
Rocking the mouth.
Rocking the mouth, which is the most sexually implicit thing I've ever heard.
For a band that's supposed to be family friendly, by the way.
The Shrek band?
The Shrek band, the family friendly band that, by the way, responded to at, what was his name? Jonathan, go fuck yourself.
I don't know. Promoting Cunnilingus to All-Star, the sexiest song.
And they were saying, hey, way to go, dude.
Thanks.
We promote you. Thank you very much for giving head to your girlfriend.
For rocking the mouth our song.
Rocking the mouth on your girlfriend to our song. And yet we were nice and said, hey, guys, we love you.
We're thinking about you.
We're thinking about you.
Love to have you on the show.
Love to have, and you fucking big league us like that.
Yeah, so we're tearing you apart here.
Welcome to the Bashcast,
bitches. Bashcast. So if you have $1,000 just lying around, I mean, hey, tax season is coming up. So for all you people getting your tax returns in, get real hard and ready because there's 19.
Steve Harwell's hurting.
Because there's 19 spots left. You can come and visit Smash Mouth in the studio and sing on songs like Why Can't We Be Friends and have a meal with the band. Again, more evidence of where the fucking money for this record went to fucking lunch.
Yep.
For $5,000.
They're really that took a huge step up.
If you can't do your whole record, if you can't do
$5,000,
if you can't do an acoustic album for $5,000 in a fairly nice studio,
hire a new accountant.
I don't know what you're doing. Come hang with Smash Mouth on the day of the show and bring a friend. Attend sound check. Grab some food with the guys. Like, what does that look like? What if you were like I assume that they only eat explicitly at Guy Fieri's restaurants.
They have to.
Like, absolutely. It's either like Guy Fieri's places or Chili's.
He's like the sponsor behind the shadows. Like, he doesn't use his real name.
Yeah.
But he's there. He's the guy like funneling money.
Is like the Smash Mouth of food, basically.
Yeah.
And like, I bet that these are probably like tie-in deals, and they're like, oh, let's go out to eat, and they take you to Guy Fieri's restaurants.
I can totally see that.
Shack and the fucking
Shack,
mouth fuck dungeon, and whatever he has.
They tie you to a chair and they fucking put a dental dam in your mouth and just shove all this food in there.
The cheese and fucking beef.
Like, enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it, just like they do with their music. They just play it really loud. You're gonna fucking enjoy this. And you're like, no, I don't. But
it's like that scene in Shrek when he's in the swamp and he's rubbing piss and shit and dirt all over his body. It's kind of like that. They're just going to cover you in cheese while All-Star plays in the background. But it's that one All-Star where all the notes are tuned to C. And it's just that over and over again while they just rub your body in meat and cheese and potatoes and fried fucking cheese curds.
By the end of it, it's kind of like you've just been like brainwashed by the CIA. You just have this blank stare on your face and then you're just like, I'm ready to enjoy Smash Mouth.
Well, if you got 10 grand laying
Dude,
around,
I got 10 grand laying around.
I mean, what Smash Mouth fan just doesn't have 10 grand? You can come and hang with the band for 2 or 3, dealer's choice, I guess, days on the road. You'll get to sleep in the bus and travel from city to city with the guys and gain full VIP access for your entire trip.
So, I mean,
Travel to and from pickup location is not included.
cheap bastards. I'm
So you
paying
give these guys
$10,000 and you can't pay for my plane ticket to come meet you guys? I was expecting first class treatment the entire way. I mean,
It
for
says
10
the ultimate roadie experience.
Right?
The ultimate roadie. Like, do you think that roadies have to pay for their own way out there?
I would assume not. No, you follow the bus, you follow the tour, right? They don't. No, they get paid to follow those people. Yeah. For 10 grand, I would expect that you pay.
So for
me
10 grand and a little extra change, which is what it should say,
So,
10
yeah.
grand plus.
10 grand plus, depending on where you're from, I'm going to give or take $500
Wow,
for airfare.
Yeah, but that's 2 one way. You got you don't get picked up from the location and to the location, so you got to find a way there and a way back.
So you got to get picked up from the airport to go to this bus and meet them.
And then you sleep on the bus with these guys for 2
Great.
or 3
I
nights.
love I would love to pay $10,000
to
to
sleep in
fly
a bus
coach
with sweaty.
Yeah, to fly coach, to sleep on a bus with a bunch of sweaty, out of shape dudes. Oh my god.
But that's not even the kicker. If you for $30,000
$30 grand. 30 comma 000.
$0 bills.
Y'all.
You can have Smash Mouth come play a semi-acoustic,
Not full acoustic.
not fully acoustic concert
Steve's not comfortable with his voice.
at your home. But then here's something interesting. Pricing is subject to your location and or the cost of travel.
So I'm
Let's discuss.
paying you to travel now, but you won't pay me. I'm paying 10 grand to travel to see you motherfuckers.
But if you want them to come play to you, you pay 30 grand plus whatever it takes to come to you.
Wow.
So unless you live in like San Jose, which I'm sure is where these guys are from, unless you're there,
Venice, San Jose,
unless
Santa
you're
Barbara.
unless you're like 5 miles away, it's like 30 grand plus, I don't know, I'll be generous and say the 2 grand it would take to ship all the equipment, get their roadies and them out there.
Some trucks.
So that's a Smash Mouth pledge music.
So if they want to come up here to Washington,
all the way up here.
you're paying 30 grand plus 7
30
grand.
grand doesn't cover the entirety of that trip.
No, why? I mean, why would it?
Yeah, it's
it
Smash
costs
Mouth.
way
They
more
got to
than
fly
30 grand.
first class.
Yeah, and they're making me fly coach.
No, it's whatever. You get to
know.
pick whatever seat you want.
Well, you think I can afford a first class seat after I just forked out 10 grand to Smash Mouth?
But hey, at least you get to sleep with them. I mean,
On a
you're
bus,
saving money
by the
on
way.
hotel fare. You know what probably happens?
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like
I'm
no,
gonna,
here's what happens.
I'm gonna wake up at 2 a.m. to Steve Harwell cutting a huge fart on the tour bus. And I'm like, oh great, I'm glad I paid 10 grand to hear something I can hear at home. You know, me waking myself up farting.
You know what probably happens? Because it says 2 to 3 nights, right? And fans, they don't.
Subject to their choice. Like, so
Subject to
that
their
does that
choice.
mean like Steve's like, I don't really like this dude. Let's like drop him off somewhere. Like they just stop the tour bus somewhere, kick your ass out, and like, good luck, fucker. And they just take off, and now you're like, how am I gonna get home? They're like, that's your fault. Remember, you read that. Subject to your responsibility.
Here's what I imagine happening is you pay the 10 grand, right? You show up, you get on the bus, and you're like, hey guys, I'm so happy to meet you. Smash Mouth is my favorite band. They're like, cool. We're getting on a private jet that's gonna take us to the Marriott in the next state over. The bus is gonna drive you there. We'll see you in the morning. We're gonna get lunch at Guy Fieri's. Have a good ride, motherfucker. And then they just dip. Like, Smash Mouth doesn't ride in a bus. Smash Mouth has to have like a fucking their own plane.
You
Like,
think so?
guaranteed?
You think they're like Iron Maiden status?
Why do you think that they're charging 30 grand and 50 grand and 10 grand here and there? It's because they spend all their money on Guy Fieri free food passes and their own private plane.
I could see that.
Like I think we figured it out. Like Smash Mouth was just like, you know what? We have our priorities. Number one priority is just chowing down at Guy Fieri's. I'm talking cheese and beef all day, all night. I need that
jalapeno poppers, cheese, beef.
That's the new name of their next album is Jalapeno Poppers.
Cheesy, beefy jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, like it's not a jalapeno popper if there's not cheese and beef within the fried cheese curd.
Right.
That I'm popping all day long. And then they had to spend money on plane fuel, getting a pilot's license, all that stuff. So
well, they're flying themselves now.
Yeah, I mean,
they're piloting their own plane.
They couldn't afford to hire a pilot after the fucking hot beef injection that is Guy Fieri's fucking food experience. So
I don't think they'd be able to stay awake to pilot the airplane. You know,
look,
stomaching that much food.
They probably got their bass player doing
especially the gut bomb that is Guy Fieri's food.
You know, I wonder. We'll want to do a little bit more research. Maybe we'll discuss this next episode. I want to find evidence that Guy Fieri and Steve Harwell have ever been in the same room at one time. Because do you think that like just the total 90s bro fucking douche chills
I
would
think
fucking
if that were to
shatter
happen,
the earth?
it would be like a space-time continuum, like just shattering. Like space and time would just freeze, and it would just be like, ugh, and you just watch everyone age in. You know, like it would be like life is fast forwarding 20 times, and they're just standing still, but they're absorbing everyone else's life force,
all the rad vibes, bro.
You know, yeah. So that's why they look like they're never aging, and everyone else around them is just fucking like, just growing beards and wrinkly and shit.
Because the people who
and
come to the people who
there.
buy the passes to get on the bus, they drive them to a secret location, and they have like 30 people in a fucking dungeon, right? They're keeping these people alive on jalapeno poppers. And then, like, once every...
through IV, by the way.
God, liquefied jalapeno poppers. It's just melted
cheesy,
cheese.
Beefy jalapeno.
It's just like liquid Taco Bell meat.
Liquefied beef fat going through your veins.
Yeah, like, that's how they keep these guys alive. And, like, every 5 years or so, Steve Harwell and Guy Fieri have to come down and do a ritual sacrifice and absorb the life force. And Guy Fieri's just like, hey, I'm Guy Fieri, and I'm here to chow down on some souls.
What's a tasty soul?
What's the flavor ranking on this soul, Steve Harwell?
Take a one-way. Get on this bus, and we're going to Flavor Town.
You're like, oh, I thought I was going to Chicago. Not really. And the bus driver turns around. It's fucking Guy Fieri with his fucking backwards fucking visor and his sunglasses, even though it's 1 a.m.
And when you turn back around to look at the guy that you thought you were talking to with Steve Harwell, is actually Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri's just everywhere.
He's everywhere. He is everyone.
And
on
he's
the
just
bus.
injecting you with fucking hot beef
Before
and
you even know
liquid cheese.
There's a 17 gauge needle in your abdomen, and you're just getting
jalapeno popper.
Oh man,
we fucking cracked it.
Yeah, fuck
we gotta
you,
watch
Steve
our
Harwell.
backs. Yeah, fuck you, Smash Mouth. Hit me up on Twitter. We're gonna
engage us, and maybe we won't bash you like this.
Yeah, we won't dedicate an entire half hour to fucking shitting
tearing
on
your
Smash
shit
Mouth.
apart.
So
what else do we got? I know they got one more trick up their sleeve on that.
That was it.
That was it.
That was literally everything they have to offer on their Pledge Music page.
I guess Oh no, there is that one more thing. They plaster their shit all over everything. Carrie Fisher's picture.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about
their
that a little
dog
bit.
died.
Somebody's dog died. It's, somebody got signed to a fucking hockey team. Doesn't matter. Smash Mouth logo's going on it. They
Ridiculous.
No affiliation, no shame. Doesn't matter. Fucking throw our logo up and say something.
I think we should start doing that.
We don't have a logo.
Let's make one, and let's anything and everything. Let's just slap Dish Gods right on there.
Okay.
I got it. Smashception, and we will Dish Gods Smash Mouth, and we'll post it to them and be like, how does it feel, fuckers?
I've never been more in love with you than I am right now.
Let's do it.
That's amazing. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to
keep your eyes out, keep your ear to the ground.
Yeah,
keep
follow
your eyes
us
to
on
the
Twitter,
computer.
follow us on Facebook. You can find us all at Dish Gods, and we will be posting Dish Gods up Smash Mouth pictures.
We're going to smash their mouths.
We're going to... I couldn't say it better myself. We're going to fucking jam jalapeno poppers up everybody's ass.
We're going to give them a hot beef injection that they won't ever snap back from. Ever.
Well, thank you so much for listening to our program. This has been Dish Gods. I'm Max. This is Little Bear.
I'm Little Bear.
Thank you for sticking through our Smash Mouth rant. Next week, it should be business as usual. What does that look like? I don't fucking know. Let's find out together.
Yeah, we got a special guest coming up next week.
We do. So keep your ears to the ground, keep your eyes open, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much.
Adios.